Hello everyone! Thanks for joining me in the Allan Block workshop to learn about what it takes to successfully construct your Allan Block retaining wall project. What I will walk you through today is how to build an outside corner as a part of your retaining wall. Now we always recommend curves over corners, but if the site conditions require it, we have the necessary steps to take to successfully build cornered walls. Refer to our other videos on how to install a proper base trench and base course, as these steps will apply. So let's check out the layout here in the workshop to show you how it's done. To build a 90-degree outside corner, I will be using an AB corner block on every course. They come manufactured as a left and a right-hand corner, and they are placed one on every course. For our example today, I will only be showing the placement of how to build an outside corner in our workshop. I won't be showing backfilling in this first part, but I will bring in Geogrid placement. For complete installation details, see our AB installation manuals on allanblock.com. You would be typically placing these on a prepared surface and would start with the AB corner block. Then place an AB classic block on either end to create your corner, like this. Make sure to level each block when working on a prepared base and check their level going in both directions, and build the wall out from here, then backfill and compact. There will be a modification needed to the AB corner block when building with the AB Classic 6-degree blocks. The corners are manufactured with a 12-degree setback, so a notch needs to be added on the bottom to properly align with the 6-degree setback. To do this, on the short side on the bottom of the block, mark a straight line that is 3/4 of an inch deep, similar to what is on the long side. Using a saw with a diamond blade, cut horizontally to the line, and then use a hammer and chisel to create the notch needed. On the next course, you will use the alternate direction corner block to offset the seams from below. Then build out with AB Classic blocks in both directions. You will level, backfill, and compact on your project. This is just showing the corner block layout here in the workshop, but follow the same process to the height of your wall by alternating the corner block used. So what if your wall needs Geogrid reinforcement? On the first course, starting in the corner, place the grid running down the wall against the raised front lip on both sides of the corner in the proper strength direction of the grid. Let me remove this, and so if this was the next course, again, start in the corner and place the grid down the wall in the opposite direction, creating a crisscross pattern. Grid will be used on every course at the corner. When using large commercial rolled Geogrid, as I have shown, make sure you are aware of the proper strength direction of the grid you are using. Contact your material supplier for assistance. The strength direction of the grid always goes into the hillside, which is perpendicular to the face of the wall. If installed incorrectly, the grid will only be at about half strength of what is needed. This is the most common mistake during installation. So the next thing I will show here in the workshop is capping. Let's assume the wall is done, grid is installed properly, and this is the top of the wall. To create a cap with a custom finished look, we need to cut 2 blocks at a 45-degree angle. I can then place the cut caps to finish the corner. Additional caps are then installed down the wall, securing all in place with a flexible concrete adhesive. Let's recap what we've learned about building outside corners. Outside corners use the AB corner block. Start with placing the corner block in the prepared base trench and build the entire base out from both sides. It's important to level in both directions of the wall. Then, using wall rock, fill the block course, behind the block 12 inches, and backfill with approved on-site soils. Rake the top of the blocks clean. Then, compact with a mechanical plate compactor behind the blocks a minimum of 2 passes. If you need to use Geogrid, it will need to be installed on every course. When using large commercial rolled Geogrid, cut it to length and position it against the raised front lips of the blocks and back into the reinforced zone. Make sure you are aware of the proper strength direction of the grid you are using. Contact your materials supplier for assistance. The strength direction of the grid always goes into the hillside, which is perpendicular to the face of the wall. If installed incorrectly, the grid will only be at about half strength of what is needed. This is the most common mistake during installation. Install the next course of block, each time using the alternate direction of the AB corner block to create the corners. Level each block and down the wall in both directions. Then, using wall rock, fill the block course, behind the block 12 inches, and backfill with approved on-site soils. Rake the top of the blocks clean. Starting on the second course, compact on top of the blocks and then behind the blocks with a mechanical plate compactor, a minimum of 2 passes. On the next course, install the Geogrid the opposite direction from how it was installed on the course below to ensure stability. Make sure it is installed in the proper strength direction, which is always into the hillside. Continue this process to the top of the wall with grid on every course, as shown in approved plans. Another grid option is our AB reinforcement grid. This is a biaxial grid for walls on residential job sites up to 6 feet tall that has the same strength in both directions. Biaxial grid allows you to install the grid either parallel or perpendicular to the wall. At the top of the wall, you can use mulch, rock, pavers, or soil to finish, using the raised front lip as an edge. You can also cap your wall with AB capstones. You will need to modify 2 AB caps by cutting them at a 45-degree angle and placing them on top of the wall at the corner. Then install additional caps down the walls. Use a high-strength construction adhesive to secure all caps in place. Corner applications in Allan Block retaining walls require extra time and skill, which is why it is important to follow these installation steps. If your design requires corners, you now know the steps you need to take for a structurally sound cornered wall. Be sure to check out our video on installing curves as an alternative as well. Happy building! Always better, always Allan Block.